When someone looks to book you, what they want to know is where are you playing and what do you sound like? And they want to make a decision on you in about 20 or 30 seconds. That's what they're looking for. They want you to get right down to it. They don't care about who said what about you or any of that stuff. They're largely going to judge by where you're playing and how much you're playing, and whether or not you're playing at your corner bar once a month, or whether or not you're playing over a broad geographic range. The wider the geographic range you play over, the more seriously you're taken. I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is. So playing over a wide range is helpful. So booking now, then, as I say, it's just 3 links. Everybody knows you can go to YouTube and enter the name of the act on YouTube. If they don't find you on YouTube, they know that you're new. Okay, so if you're new, then say, you know, we're new, but if you have anything to hang your hat on, past history in another band, or, you know, if you're a co-writer with somebody, or you did studio work with somebody, something for them to refer to. You know, if you're in a situation where you're saying, oh, we're a brand new band and have no credits forever. We've never actually seen a stage before. We're hoping to see one someday. In that case, you're probably best off to go to the performing venues locally, find out the ones that have a talent night, an open mic night. Bring your band down on the open mic night and play the open mic. 50% of the time, if you've got 3, 4, 5 tunes on an open mic and you sound good, they're going to come up, the person who run the night, and they're going to say, we just had a cancellation next Wednesday. Can you guys play next Wednesday? That's what will happen. It will happen faster than you even anticipate. So I would advise you that that's effectively, you know, a sort of audition thing, playing the open mic. Now, if you were to get that a gig after which you never will less than a few weeks of playing open nights, something will develop. Whether they like you. Then you want to tell everybody in the world, send out new emails and say, we're playing at the, you know, Joe's Lounge on Tuesday, June 24th. Come on down and see us. And then at every gig, you should be getting people's email too. What we do is we give away CDs often. So everybody trying to get CD players left. And we'll say, it's funny, some places still buy CDs, other places don't. Okay, in Europe they still like CDs, we find. And also, a CD gives them an excuse to come up and talk to you. To say, like if they like you, okay, they can buy your CD rather than say, hi, let's see, I have a question, you know. In other words, they feel that they're justified in taking some of your time. If they're going to give you the money, then they definitely want you to autograph the CD. And, you know, it's a way just to establish contact with you. And so getting your gig like that, so, you know, you start off and the next club you talk to, then you can say, we're playing with the so-and-so. So that sounds better than saying, well, we don't have any gigs. Okay, so you reach the first rung on the ladder. So one thing kind of leads to the next. Every time you have every time you make a little bit of headway, you let your other prospective people know the headway that you've made. And so you work it like that, going up a gig at a time. So that covers the email approach and the live approach, finding places where you can play. And keep an email list along the way, join all the main web pages, the ones that are free and the ones that are subscription. The subscription ones are about $100 a year. And that's kind of my overview right there. Right now, I've switched mainly these days. I book the gigs now and then find the players. I found that what limited me for a long time was getting a band, because the band will only go as far as the least committed member. That's all you can do. So after a while, I found that it was tough. Also, when you're looking for band members, you say, hi, we're going to rehearse, and then we're going to have a band. We're going to learn the songs, and after we learn 40 songs, then we're going to go out and play. The main thing in the person's mind listening to you is this band ever going to get out of the basement? and 95% of the time the band's not going to get out of the basement. So a lot of times what's best is to, for people out there looking for members, I heard somebody say looking for members, get at least a MySpace page. If you need to, get a piece of free recording software, make your song on your computer with the free recording software, get yourself a free MySpace page, put the songs up, and the prospective clubs, they don't have to know that you don't have a band or that you play all the parts on those songs. You have 3 songs up there, and if they sound good, that's all that counts. You at least got a link to send them and a good sounding song. Then you book a gig somewhere. You've got some people you know in advance saying, hey, I said you've got a gig at so-and-so in 6 weeks. You ever need an opener for that? Like 20 or 30 minutes? Well, so sure, you want to do it? Okay, yes, I'll do it. Then you put your ad out to say, band, guitar player, needs a bass player and drummer for a gig, mid-June, okay? You have to be ready by then. You'll get many more prospective people listening to you, interested when you've already got gigs booked. So you take that risk and book the gigs. First time I booked Europe, I had no idea who was going with me. The local people in Colorado wouldn't go. So I booked Europe off of Google. I just Googled Prague, Czechoslovakia, Rockabilly Club. I see what came up. I send that little message to the club. Prague, Czechoslovakia, Rockabilly Band. See what came up. And I sent back to everyone who ever wrote me a message on MySpace saying, are you guys going to play Germany? And I'd say, hey, guess what? We're going to play Germany. What club would you recommend to me? And so I went back to all my MySpace contacts, people from other states and countries. I said, we're playing, where should we play? But I did Europe mostly through Googling. And so just Google the phrase, and then you come back with a list of organizations and other bands. A lot of times other bands are looking for a band from the U.S. because it helps them put together a more interesting gig. And so I booked Europe off of that, and I didn't know who was coming with me. So then eventually, so I had to say, then I said, okay, bass player needed for a European tour, September 10th to October 15th. And they call up and they say, okay, where are you playing? You say, well, here's where we're playing. How much am I going to make? If there's how much you're going to make. And you're going to get 10 times as many people interested when you have something concrete to offer them. That means that you have to take the risk first. You have to book. This is very common. I was just reading about Buddy Rich, drummer, so getting ready to go off to a gig, leaving that day on the bus and auditioning guitar players the day he was making his tour. So I say, beware of the idea that you have to find a band first before you go out and play, because a lot of times that'll hold you up. You may never find that band. And I have to find my people all over the U.S. and the world right now for tours. If you want to get out of town, you have to have people with flexible additional sources of income. You can't have somebody who's got a W-2 job that has to be there or can only take 2 weeks out of the year. And so I think just about any musician coming up, if you'd like to play on a worldwide basis, you need a flexible additional source of income. Something where, you leave the job, leave the activity that generates additional money, something that's scalable, something you can do, when you come home, do 10 hours a day for 2 weeks, something you can leave for a month and not have the opportunity to totally dry up. So you have to figure out what that is, your skill thing. That's why I'm teaching. A lot of players have taught for a long time. You teach lessons. You tell your students, I'm going to be gone the last 3 weeks of July. I'm not teaching them. And they know it, and then you come back. Yes, that will be the catalyst for you losing a few students. I taught for 24 years, and so I've seen all that too. You'll lose a few students, but at least you get to go out and play outside of town. When you come back, you can still teach because it's a job that you control. So, sorry, I probably talked too long already.